Okay, greetings everyone. This is Gerard, editor-in-chief of Filipino Soul, aka SGIB Magazine. This stands for Soldiers Guide Intentions. Believe that. Because everyone should be sorting for something. A dream, a goal, an idea, a train of thought, something. And owner PBG's Productions, stand for Photos by Gerard, the best in freelance publicity photography. Also, owner of the Borough Corporation, that stands for Be Ever Remembering Your Love, the not-for-profit entity of me. And colors is coming to you. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. There's some things I want to talk to you about, but first let me set the atmosphere. You know, first let me say that the magazine is out. It's finished. It's finished. On the cover we have Fearless of Rock. We have Craig. Oh my God. Craig Austin of the Motown show in Las Vegas and more. A tribute to Timothy Wilson and Blaze the Mic. Also in this issue. And on the back side, we have the Lady Boys of Cebu. We have Ellen Bayut, Life After Showtime. We have Keith, the strongest man, senior citizen in Cebu, Ink Masters, and basketball great Melina, who's also in the cover of this magazine. You know, in this magazine, in my editorial, I post my editorial out there so you can read it. But let me read a snippet of the editorial. It says, this is about being single in the Philippines. It says, being single in the Philippines has opened the doors of my overabundance of passion I have for women. In a world where open display of affection is really seen and given due to the daily strain of trying to feed a family on piss-poor wages. It says, an escape by any means necessary is just that, necessary. Every woman deserves not to be lied to or not to be taken advantage of. Just because you come from a land of plenty, you don't deserve to look taken advantage of just because you come from a land of plenty. Meaning that, you know, because I'm a foreigner, you know, we're saying I shouldn't take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? Just because I have and you don't, you know. And at the same token, it says, and just because you come from a land of plenty, you don't deserve to be looked upon as a miracle worker. And then the rest of it goes on, you know, talking about trying to help you with certain problems or issues that you have, you know, in your life. You know, I have a housekeeper, and she's been very, very beautiful as far as helping me integrate here in Cebu into my house. Oh my God, it's big, and I do need help. So she's been fantastic. And it just so happens that yesterday, I mean, you know, if I wanted to, you know, to take advantage of her, I could. You know, if I wanted to turn this into some Arnold Schwarzenegger scenario, I can. You know, but then, you know, that's not what, you know, I'm about. That's not what, you know, I have more respect for her and more respect for myself. You know, but we are getting close, and that's beautiful. Why not? We should get close. You know, she lives in my home virtually. She has a key. She comes and goes as she wants. She's on a schedule. You know, and you know, we have gotten close. But anyway, yesterday, you know, she comes in and I let her. She plays the music. You know, she loves the music. and she was sitting in the back, and she didn't realize that I was there watching her. And she was sitting and she was just staring out, you know. And then I watched her for a duration, pretty much the whole song. And then when the song stopped, you know, she turned and saw me. She started wiping her eyes, and she jumped up and she ran. And you know, I ran to catch her, and I was out of breath. This is a big place, running around. And I threw my arms around. I said, "What's wrong? You know, what's wrong?" I said, "Tell me." She said, No, I don't want to tell you. No. I said, "Tell me." She said, No, tell me. I said, come here. And I held her, and we laid on the bed, and I looked at her. I said, "Tell me what's wrong. Tell me." She said, "It's my life." And that's one of the hardest things that can be said to someone, you know, knowing how they live in the Philippines and saying that it's my life. You know, a lot of people's lives here in the Philippines, you know, are not, you know, very happy lives. And even though you have people in your family who may help you, you know, that help, you know, it's help that is not genuinely given to you as help, but more as a handout, you know. And so I so quick I had to think, and you know, trying to see, you know, how can I, you know, make her feel better, not make her feel better, but tell her something about my life, you know. And I explained to her, I said, if I was a Filipino, I said, I don't know what I would be doing. I don't know what I would have or what I not have. I said, I know my coming from the United States and my coming from a family that didn't care if I did my homework, who didn't care anything about me, who didn't care enough to make sure that I celebrated the right birthday. And I found out my real birthday when I was 18 years old. I was 58 years old when I first had a birthday cake with actually my name on it, and I blew out candles on it on my cake. 58, you hear me? 58. You know? I mean, no one cared if I do homework. I still can't spell the 12 days of the 12 months of the year, and have problems spelling the 7 days of the month. You know? And I sat down and I wonder sometimes that if it wasn't for, you know, the blessings that I've received, you know, through my military experience, you know, what kind of life would I lead? What kind of life would I have? And I'm explaining this the best way I can. I said, look, I'm a photographer. I have no business sense. I got over $1 million worth of business in my storage because I couldn't find nobody to just follow behind me and sell the fucking pictures, man. You know, I'm moving up to this. Well, look, I got all the numbers. I got all the content. Just call them and tell them that, are you interested in pictures? We'll gladly send you a set of pictures for X amount of dollars. But no one believed in me enough to want to do that for me. You know? So they just sat there. That's money just sitting there, you know? And as far as my knowing my own true value, I didn't know my own value. You know, I don't know what I'm worth. As far as being a photographer, yes, I'm a damn good photographer. But you know, I didn't have the business sense to open up a studio, or I have opened up a studio. But still, you know, there was just so much missing from me that I think my life would have been that of homelessness. My life would have been that probably on the streets right now on drugs, or in prison, or dead. You know, no one wanted me. No one cared about me. You know? And yes, I would love to help everybody who I meet in the Philippines. I would love to. You know, I love to just wave a wand and make all your problems go away. I wish I could do that for Trump. Don't you think if I could say, Mr. Trump, I wish I could take all your problems away. Don't you think he would be happy to have that happen? We all would. We all would love to have all our problems just taken away. Have all our problems just taken away at a wave of a hand. But life is not about that. Life isn't about. I had to tell her. I said, look. I said, you have a good job now. I said, I pay you very well. You know, I said, you have to look at the blessings that which you have. You cannot look and go through life thinking about what you don't have or what you want. You know, always focus on what you need. And if you can provide the needs of what you need in this world, then you know, everything else will fall into place. There'll be rooms for your wants, but you got to make sure that your needs are taken care of. So you know, it hurt me. It hurt me to see her just crying, you know, and not acknowledging. I said, look, you have a good job. You know, that's something more than what a lot of people, you know, right now can't say. You know, you can help your family. I said you can give to your children. You can pay what you owe. You can put money away. You know, you have to look at this and not look at your overall life of you know, how it was, and don't overwhelm yourself about what it's going to be down the road if you have no idea, you know, or if you don't have the ambition, you know, to want to do something to change your life. I wish, if anything else, here in the Philippines, I wish if I was to be able to teach them something. Networking isn't what they need to know. Ambition is what they need to have. The ambition to want to change the conditions of your life. You know, that's what all of us need to do. You have to have the ambition. You can't just settle. I mean, look, I have lived homeless on the streets. I have slept underneath tractor trailer rigs are suspended on the wiring, you know, underneath them from the rain. I have lived in storage units. I moved here after living in a storage unit. You understand? I lived in a storage. I got robbed. I mean, wherever I go, I mean, you know, I'm a mark. You know, I'm a mark. I'm a mark. If you don't know what a mark is, that means a mark. Someone said, I can get him. I'm going to get him. You know, and they do. You know, they got me. You know, I tell you the story real quick. You know, I had a scooter. I was doing Floyd Mayweather. I had the first world pocket-sized gym. I went to New York and got the only prototype out of my storage unit. I came to Vegas. I took it to Floyd Mayweather's gym and told Boomer, who is the manager of Floyd's gym. I said, Boomer, I said, look, I have the world's first pocket-sized gym, and I'd love to have Floyd Mayweather sponsor it, you know, be a part of it. So I laid it out, and I showed him how it works. I stretched out like a board and did push-ups, and even Roger Mayweather, Floyd's manager, said that takes strength. I said, this is what this can do. You know, this is all about isometrics. It's about the inner strength. And so I showed him the pamphlets and all that stuff, and he said, look, he said, Floyd's not gonna read all this. He says, can you make a video? I said, hell yeah. I can make a video in 1 day. It won't have no girls in it, but I can make a video. So that's what I did. I had my portable office in a suitcase. I put all my press releases. I put all my best pictures of the Godfather soul, Mr. James Brown. You know, pictures of me and Hillary Clinton, autograph copies and newspaper clippings and all this stuff, and my accolades. I had all this stuff and inside a suitcase, and with my laptop and my camera, and I drove through the MGM Grand Hotel, and I just like I play music here or whatever, in the background I played the documentary of Floyd Mayweather, you know, and in between my doing the exercise, that's what you heard. So I was putting it together, you know. So I got enough and everything. So I decided to come home this Sunday morning, and I parked my bike and I went upstairs. I went upstairs and everything, and you know, I fell asleep, and you know, I didn't plan to stay upstairs that late. I didn't lock my bike. I figured I'd go up there and just nap and come down. When I came back down, my bike was gone. My scooter was gone. They stole my scooter. And so that night, about 3 o'clock in the morning, I got a knock on the door. And they said, did you lose the scooter? I said, yeah. They said, was it blue? Yeah, it was blue. It was blue. They said it's on the other side of the building. I said, really? Oh boy, I get my scooter back. So I grabbed my cell phone. Thank God I grabbed my cell phone and put it in my pocket and walked over and saw my scooter. They had pulled the wires out, because they had they had cross wired and all that stuff. And then next thing you know, I'm walking back. I got my scooter. The guy is behind me on the phone. I'm not thinking nothing of it. I got my scooter. I'm walking back. And when I got back, I looked up at my door, and I saw my door was kicked in. My door was kicked in. My bedroom door was kicked in. And everything that wasn't nailed down was taken. I mean, they robbed me like Katrina. I mean, it took my portable office, my laptop, my other laptop, my camera. They just grab what they can, and it ran out. And when I went upstairs, the neighbor downstairs' light was on. And when I went downstairs and knocked on the door, they turned the light off and laid to sleep. I was real angry, man. They could have called me and told me, yo, Gerard, they got your stuff in the car. It's still in this car. It's still in the car. That's the only place it had to be, because no car could pull it out of the lot. They had ran in, kicked my door, took my stuff and put it in the car and just waited. And then drove off like it was nothing. I called the cops and said, yeah, it was in a maroon pickup truck. They took my stuff. I saw it. My fault. I didn't know the difference between a maroon pickup truck and an SUV. So while the cops are looking for a pickup truck, it was really an SUV. Go figure. That's what happens when you don't have guy friends. But then about 2 days later, I got a call. This guy called me. He says, hey, I bought this suitcase for these young kids for $200. They got pictures of Hillary Clinton, the Godfather of Soul, and a lot of newspaper articles. I said, oh, wow. I said, look, bring it back. I'll give you $400. Bring it back. And he said, oh, okay, right now I'm in the Midwest. When I come back through, I'll come see you. I said, okay, thank you. I never saw it. But the point of the matter, I thank God, because the point of the matter was that whoever stole it, when they opened it up, they realized that they didn't steal it from just the average schmo. They stole it from someone that had substance. I had a little portfolio, little photo album that has some of the best pictures that I had. When I handed out with schools and just said, here, just look at all my work. And it was one of my most prized possessions because it had all this stuff in there. I was so angry and frustrated that, I was furious. I took what I had. I got a storage unit. I moved into a storage unit in Las Vegas. And that's why I stayed for about 2 months in a storage unit. So I say all that to say that, I've been down and out, man. But I never gave up on the ambition to want to change the situation that I was in. And that's something that I think that I wish I could pass on to a lot of people, to have the ambition to change the situation you're in. So, and I told her, I said, let me tell you something. When my mother died, who I loved dearly, and I thought who loved me, when I got out of prison, I told you about my mother. When I asked her for the money, she said she didn't have it. She sent it. She said she prayed to God and said if she could send the money, she would stop drinking. My mother was a stone cold alcoholic. I remember putting my fingers in her throat once to keep her from swallowing her tongue. She said she prayed to God that if she was to send me that money, she'd stop drinking. And she stopped drinking. Change woman. Became a security guard, working undercover at JCPenney's. Head of the women's department. My mother was hot stuff, But when I got out of prison, she got called on jury duty. At this time I was a Muslim. She got called on jury duty. And they asked her, could she, pass judgment on a Muslim. It had a Muslim guy. And she told the judge, she said, Your Honor, she says, I can't pass judgment on him because his religion, I saw what his religion did to my son. You know, so I'd be hard pressed to want to pass judgment on him. And that was the closest my mother ever came to me to saying that. She was proud of me. When I got out of prison, I sat my mother down and I said, Mom, I said, look, you don't have to answer this. I said, but I have to let you know this. All my life you made me feel that you didn't like me. I know you do anything for me. You show me time and time again. And whenever I needed something, you made sure that I had it. If not for me, for the sake of your granddaughters, you made sure you had it. But I always felt in my heart of heart, Mom, that you didn't like me. You didn't love me. I said, you don't have to answer it, Mom. That's between you and your God. She ended up going to the hospital not soon after that, you know, for cancer, brain cancer. I remember laying on the bed with her, you know, and she was doing the death rattle, thing like this. And my oldest brother, who was a doctor, was sitting beside me, and then I closed my eyes and I opened them and I saw him like coming like this, which led me to believe that he actually helped her usher off into the next world. I always believe that. I always believe that. So anyway, so the will, we're sitting down to will, and all the stuff she has and all this stuff. And she said, for reasons only be known to me, I leave my son Gerard nothing. I was blown away. She gave everything to my brother. The insurance money. I'm sweating because I don't want to turn on the fan because it makes noise. The land. The house. A $300,000 home paid for. Thanks to our stepmother, Joe. And I never forget those words. For reasons only be known to me, I leave my son Gerard nothing. And I said, huh? She even had the nerve to put in the condition of the will that I was to leave the house. She tried to kick me out of the house from the grave. You know what I'm saying? So I said, wow. You know. I mean, there's some other factors. You know, I think my mother really resented the fact that I learned so much about her from my father. When I found out he was my father, 18 years old, I became obsessed and wanted to know about my mother. And I found out things about my mother that I think she would have loved to just take into the grave. But so I think that was part of it. If there was more, there's more, but I think that was a large part of it. But it hurt me that she would do that to her son. Give everything to my brother. Everything to my brother. And because my brother had the same mindset as her, she didn't want you to have nothing, so you're not getting nothing. And that's how it is, man. So I am very extremely blessed that the little pension I get, you know, is saving me from being in the streets, being homeless on drugs or whatever. You know. And maybe in my way, for that little pension I get, that I'm willing to share it with whoever it is who is in need. You know. Even at the end of the month, if I have nothing, if I'm broke, Janelle, send me money, whatever. I know if I just wait long enough, I get to do it all over again. You know. I'm determined to change that pattern. You know, I think the whole time I've been in Philly, I think 1 month I made it to the whole month that had money. You know what I'm saying? That was last month, as a matter of fact. You know, but thanks to Jen, you know, the manager of Dynasty. You know, you know, that's why. You know, my brother and my daughter said, you're too kind. You know, why can't you say no? Well, you know, why do you have to help? Why do you let people take advantage of you? Why? I said, because I believe in humanity. I believe in good over bad. You know, I believe in helping thy brother. People ask me, what religion am I? What religion am I? I've been a Muslim, I've been a Protestant, I've been a Jehovah's Witness, I've been a Protestant, and I've given up. I decided that I'm going to be spiritual. Spiritual. To me, that means that I'm not going to argue about what happens in the beginning of life or how life was created. And I'm damn sure not going to argue about what happens at the end of life when it's over. But I will respect how you live your life. If you live your life in good, orderly directions, if you believe and treat your fellow man as you like to be treated, if you believe in love over hate, then you are my brother. So I'm spiritual. Is there a God? Yes. Yes. Is there heaven and earth? Yes. Will I go there? No. I'm going to Thug Mansion and take that big group shot that's waiting for me to take when I get there. That's what I'm going to do. And Aretha Franklin just joined it, and also Bobby Humphrey just told me it's someone else who's going to join that group. So I know they're up there waiting for me. So I don't know where you're going to go, but I'm going to Thug Mansion. So I want to stop and share that with you. This is Gerard, editor-in-chief of Filipino Soul Magazine. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elderly, always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one that can see your vision. And the best revenge in life is not only to live good, but be accepting and appreciative of what you have. And I am acceptance and appreciative of what I have, and I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ollie Woodson, former lead singer of Temptations, once sung, treat her like a lady. Yeah. It's so easy. It's so easy to love the Filipino woman. It's so easy. Mainly because they never experienced love. I'll talk to you later. Peace. I love you like a love song, baby. Thanks.